What up? What up? What up?
Hello, hello.
Just making sure everything's good to go. Yep, and we're live. Let's give people a little bit of time here. I think I don't know about you, but I'm in the movie watching mood. I think it's the holidays. People are definitely going to the theaters. It's exciting
I
stuff.
feel, yeah, the it's movie season for the real movie fans.
For sure, for sure. All right, y'all. Welcome to Mogul Moves Weekly, episode 4. I'm your host, Luigi, covering everything from box office buzz to industry power plays and all things Mogul by MoviePass. I'm joined, of course, today by the incomparable Josh. Say hi, Josh.
Hey guys.
Now, listen, we already streamed on Monday. We had a lot to say. We want to go over just how the weekend is shaping up. So, Josh, do you want to break it down for us?
Yeah, for sure. I think the kind of the key piece of the conversation on Monday was how the two big releases this weekend are trending. Now You See Me, Now You Don't, and Running Man. I was kind of leaning towards those two kind of trending in opposite directions. I think a month ago, everyone would have picked Running Man as the easy favorite. And I was kind of seeing Running Man trending down, and Now You See Me trending up. And the latest forecasts are kind of confirming that. Um, Running Man, the earliest forecast I saw was 23 down to 19, and then today it's down to around 16. And Now You See Me is kind of moving in the opposite direction. The earliest I saw was 12, up to 13, and today it's around 17. So they've kind of swapped places. It should be a pretty close race between those two for the weekend, which I don't think anyone would have predicted that a month ago. Um, yeah, and then the new movie from Osgood Perkins, Keeper, a little November horror action for you. Um, it's not supposed to do crazy numbers. It's looking like about 2.5 million for the weekend. But you know, I think he has kind of a cult following, and it may be kind of a sleeper pick for the weekend, depending on how you feel about his movies.
Yeah, I'm gonna designate this weekend as an overall flop.
Yeah, yeah, I think mostly carried by Running Man, probably just doing mediocre numbers.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, mediocre. All of these just kind of feel mediocre to me. But hey, you know what? Maybe something will surprise us. That's kind of how this works, right?
Yeah,
We don't hold the keys to the kingdom. So
yeah, that's the
love
fun
to
of it.
surprise me.
Might be our one quiet weekend before the end of this month. We all know it's coming in the next few weeks, so it'll be crazy to close out November no matter what.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, there's so much excitement for what's coming in the next couple months. So, and that's a great segue, Josh, to our culture catch up. Now, you guys know this segment. We just talk through what we're seeing on our feeds, the news that's around movies, excitement around movies. If you are online at all, you've seen you've seen the first looks of Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey today. It was a feature, sorry, a exclusive on Empire magazine. I've never heard of Empire. Have you? Do you know what it is?
I think I've heard of it, but
It's not like I
not
was,
particularly.
yeah, it's not giving us sort of Vanity Fair or like
No.
like the Hollywood Reporter, which usually is where these are. So we need to do a little bit more digging about why it was featured on Empire, and I'll do that later. But Christopher Nolan has been very outspoken against AI, as you guys know, very outspoken against sort of technology sucking the humanity out of the art form that is known as film making. So it sounds like he shot this movie on film. And 2 million feet of film at that was the
Damn.
we had. Um, oh, nope, I don't want that. I'm like, where is Matthew? Matthew. There he is. So, I mean, there was a quote from Matt Damon saying filming the Odyssey was the best experience of his career, which is like saying a lot. I mean, the guy was in Born Identity, so
And he's worked with Christopher Nolan before. So
yeah. So I'm excited for this. I mean, it seems early to be excited, but as we saw with those pre-sales for it that like completely sold out, which I'm sure was just a PR move, I think the rest of the world is too. Christopher Nolan can literally do no wrong, in my opinion.
yeah, pretty much. I wasn't crazy hyped about Oppenheimer. I think we've talked about this a bit. I'm not a huge fan of biopics. Obviously, it ended up being a brilliant movie, and Tenet was was like kind of crazy and absurd, but still fun. This is for me, this is like the most exciting movie he's released in, I don't know, maybe since Dunkirk-ish.
Okay, you know what? Justice for Inception, which is a really good movie too. Sorry.
Yeah, I'll always stand Inception.
Yeah, like I'll always watch that on the plane, no matter
Yeah,
what.
yeah, that's a good plane movie.
Marion Cotillard, psycho ex-wife. Um, some more kind of like buzz we've been seeing today. There was a new SpongeBob movie trailer. I know, like, I feel like people love animated movies, and this is like the perfect kind of four quadrant movie for the holidays. It will hit the millennial parent, it will hit the kids, and every kind of everyone in between. So excited to see what that's about. I watched it. I wanted to watch it. I want to watch this movie.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I think between I mean, honestly, I think the millennials are a safe bet. I'm curious how they'll do with like a younger audience, how well SpongeBob polls amongst young kids. Like, the kids that are going to see the Minecraft movie, like, do they also want to see the SpongeBob movie, or is it just for millennials? So I'll be curious. I think if they can market well to the younger generation, then it will do really big numbers, obviously.
Yeah. We'll see. I feel like this one's going to surprise us. People don't realize that how beloved SpongeBob is.
I think you're right. I would definitely take the over.
Yeah, for sure. Moving on, I want to talk really quickly about something that happened today. Trigger warning to those watching, but there was an incident on the red carpet for Wicked that kind of shook Ariana Grande. She got sort of, I mean, we can use the word assaulted on the red carpet, but thankfully, Cynthia Erivo came to the rescue and sort of saved the day. I watched a video of her screaming at the person, so I feel safer just having watched it,
Just
knowing,
knowing that she's in the world.
yeah, just knowing that she's around and protecting my girl Ariana. So,
Yeah.
I mean, everyone's very excited for this film coming out. It's, projected to do extremely well. Um, Largest pre-sales for Fandango, at least of or sorry, largest pre-sale. Let me get this fact right. I just read it. Is Fandango's largest pre-sale for something. There you go. Hold on.
You can quote him on that.
I literally just okay. Let's
For
see.
Good becomes Fandango's best
Ah.
PG rated ticket pre-seller of all time.
Yes.
That's the
Okay. Now
stipulation.
ranks him on among Fandango's top 10 best all time. First
So
day
amazing. Yeah.
pre-sellers. You know what's so funny? Like the records, how like when they get into the minutia, it's like the PG pre-sale first day, um, you know, feature film directed by an Asian guy. Like it's like
Yeah.
they
They love to do that in sports too. Most steals by a rookie on the Lakers since 1965.
that would actually be an interesting thing to do for Mogul. We should think about that. Like how do you bring in kind of the ridiculous record breaking sort of stats?
Pull some really obscure records.
Yeah, yeah, totally. Okay, cool. So anyway, watch out for that. That's coming out next week. Excited for that. And a little bit further into the future, another animated film that I think is going to get a lot of traction, and we saw it overperform the first version of this overperform. I don't know. I guess that was 2 years ago now. Is the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Just released a trailer like not even 24 hours ago. Lots of buzz around it. the last movie made about 1.23 billion at the box office globally. So I'm imagining this one's gonna do really, really well and maybe also be a huge surprise to some.
Yeah, I mean the last movie, I mean, I don't have numbers for this, but it's got to be one of the biggest over performances of like the last decade in terms of box office release. Like people really did not think it was gonna do the numbers that it did, and it kind of like buoyed up the whole spring of 2023, I think it was.
Yeah.
And we were talking about this earlier. I think, if you played the Mario games, if you played Galaxy, it has such like a unique and lovely aesthetic that I think will lend itself really well to an animated movie.
Yeah. These are the things that like if you are kind of like from the insider sports perspective, if you can understand the market well enough, you can predict when these things happen. But like no one predicted this.
Yeah.
No one predicted that when it happened in 2023. I just,
No, not like that.
oh, that's, you know who that was? That was Stacy Spikes. So funny. Um, okay, Stacy just called me. I wonder if he's trying to get onto the live stream. Anywho, let's move on. Let's move on to the prediction polls segment. As you know, the Mogul game has its own prediction polls within the app that you can participate in for points. Super easy way to get points and just a fun, interesting way to kind of predict and speculate. So one question that we had on there was how many Doctor Doom variants will there be in the Avengers Doomsday movie, which is super highly anticipated for next year. Some say some percentage, sorry, it's 57% say over 100. And what's the math on that? 43%.
Mhm.
Say
Hey, can you explain this one to me? Doctor Doom variants? Does that mean like
yeah,
alternate
so
variants of the same character?
yeah, so if you're familiar with the Avengers sort of movies, we're in a world now where there's a multiverse, it's a multiverse. And so within that multiverse, an infinite number of variants can exist of one type of
Of
person. So
course.
they first introduced that concept, I think, in like Loki, in the show Loki, where there was like hundreds, if not thousands, of variants of Loki. And and so yeah, there's a lot of talk about and what happens in the Avengers is that sometimes the variants end up also being famous people, like
Yeah.
famous other famous actors that are essentially making cameos. So it's something to watch. Like if there's gonna be a lot of variants, there's odds are one or two of those are gonna be like, insanely famous people.
Yeah, and I do know the cast list leaks for this were insanely stacked. So
Yeah.
lots of people to watch out for.
Yeah, and like when they were presenting it at the Disney convention or whatever, like I guess that was last year or maybe early this year, they brought out a bunch of Doctor Dooms. So like people already know there's going to be a ton of variants of Doctor Dooms.
They're teasing it.
Mhm. Definitely over 100 people say. The next question was, will Jack Black sing in Anaconda? Yeah, a little over 80% say yes. It's just like a given, I think. If Jack Black's going to be in a movie, he's going to sing.
I'll take the long odds on this one and say no, but I'm not feeling too confident in that.
It's like Jack Black and Paul Rudd. Like that's you're
Yeah.
basically asking him to sing.
Yeah.
There are a few other polls obviously in there today, so if you haven't yet, go ahead and do that. Again, you can go to mogulgame.moviepass.com. Just really quick, this hasn't changed since Monday. Our leaderboard shout outs. Shout out to Zaira, Marvel, SJ Studios, Ram, and Plump Pixie. Still holding strong on the leaderboard until we score again next week. Anything else to close us out, Josh? I mean, like, covered
I
it
don't
all.
think so. Shout out to the leaders. Good work, y'all. Um, on the polling, that's something that we're actively kind of working out, building upon and improving. So again, like get in there and give us your feedback. See the new kind of polling system that we're building and let us know what you think.
Yeah. All right. See you on Monday.